Adil Nazir Khan, wouldn't you agree? Somebody who holds a British passport has a long history of disseminating falsehood about India. Why should that person be given a platform in India? Why is it a problem today?
Nitasha Kaul simply exposes the hypocrisy of BJP and RSS government, that they want only those Kashmiri Pandits who support them. They don't want those Kashmiri Pandits who criticize their policies, who criticize. Everyone has a right, whether in India or outside India, everyone has a right that Constitution of India has given to us under Article 19A, that's right to freedom of speech and expression. And I have a right to criticize both in a positive way or a negative way. You cannot stop me from that. And it's only because of that Nitasha Kaul is a critic of this current regime, BJP and RSS government. And I'm also critic of that. Does that mean that he will stop me?
Okay, being a critic of the government and peddling anti-India narrative are two different things, sir. Everybody is open to criticism, but if you speak against the country, if you speak against Kashmir, if you're trying to peddle a certain narrative to create differences, then it can be very, very dangerous. I want Mohan Vishwa to come in as well, but before that, Lalit Ambardar wants to respond to you. Mr. Ambardar, then I need to quickly go across to Mohan Vishwa.
Yeah, listen. Let me tell the so-called mainstream Islamists of Kashmir. No Kashmiri Pandit, woman or man worth her salt will ever collaborate with anti-India people, be Kashmiri or be otherwise. Let me remember it. Genocide survivors. We are not just ordinary Kashmiri Pandits. We are genocide survivors. Kashmir Jahad. You are an apologist. You are an apologist. Your heart bleeds for Pakistan. Your heart bleeds for Rawalpindi. Pakistan. And you want to poke the finger of Kashmiri Hindus and Kashmiri Hindus who have a Hindu name.
And you know, I don't know how healthy it is really to allege that Kashmir was somehow not part of India before independence. Mohan Vishwa, would you want to quickly come in, because the allegation against the BJP is this is intolerance on part of the BJP. The BJP is not welcome to criticism, and that's why national capital Delhi has essentially blocked her visit to Karnataka.
See, the problem with the Congress is they are habitual offenders since 1947. By calling these kind of anti-national forces, they do organize these programs. And also the Congress, which is known for amending the Constitution in just 46 seconds, even without convening a parliament in 1976, by imposing emergency, and they make a program on Constitution, and they bring and they invite these kind of Nitasha Kaul or anti-India forces who says Kashmir is integral part of Pakistan. And also, she was the one who called Mohan Vishwa a terrorist as a sympathizer, and she called him as a freedom fighter. And the people who were gathered in his, the death ceremony and all, she called them as a freedom fighters. And she says that Kashmir is an integral part of Pakistan. And today, the same Congress who speaks about Constitution and the freedom of speech also, come on, the same Constitution says the freedom of speech should not be at the cost of compromising with the sovereignty of India. Anybody who compromises with the sovereignty of India should be punished. They should never be allowed to speak against India. And this lady, Nitasha Kaul, if you see her writings, if you see her speech in the past also, she was totally against India only. That too, she was pro-terrorist, and she was pro-Mohan Vishwa, and she was the one who opposed the removal of Article 370. Come on, what is Article 370 said? Article 370 gives a separate constitution for the Kashmir itself. That itself is a divisive politics. If you see the pattern since 1947, now the Congress, they know they are not going to win the election. They're making all these gimmicks, starting from Mr. Chidambaram.
So no one can be forced, Nikhil Jain, to believe that, here's a person who's not spoken of anti-India, a narrative, an anti-India narrative in the past. She's spoken of Islamophobic sentiments by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, wherein it's very interesting how the Prime Minister has been conferred with the top honors by at least 6 Islamic nations. Talks about, Ram Mandir being built on a site of conflict, wherein it's happened on the Supreme Court's order and direction. So that's the kind of person we're really talking about. Whether or not the Congress has failed to do a background check is something that everyone's finding hard to believe today.